The well-known controversial Zuma Must Fall banner was removed early on Saturday after many people in Cape Town were unimpressed with the words on this banner. Now, I'm joined in studio by ANC Nyanga Ward Councillor Kaya Yozi, who's going to explain the ANC's position on this matter and what's going to be happening next. Kaya, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you so much for inviting me.
All right. So this past weekend has been really turbulent in terms of, the sign that went up. Can you explain to us why it is that ANC members felt the need to go to Long Street and remove that poster?
As a leadership of the ANC in the region, the city of Cape Town, we were talking about our preparations towards our own regional celebrations, and then this idea came up that there has been no response after we have returned to the city of Cape Town. That what action will it do beyond giving a statement that that banner was hanged there illegally, and we had no response. So we took it upon ourselves that let's mobilize our alliance and our leagues and members of society and go there and remove the banner. So that's the action and the motivation behind it, because as civilians we've got that obligation. When we see things that are not right or unlawful, we have to take action. But the action that we take, it must not be criminal, which in this case there was no criminal act that we have done. We have not harmed anybody, we have not destroyed any building. So ours was just simply to remove the banner which was declared by those in authority as legal.
All right. Now, a lot of people are saying that, the poster shouldn't have been taken off and that rather it was a display of freedom of expression. What is of freedom of speech more than anything? So could you maybe explain the ANC's position in that, because there are some contrasting views on that?
The point that we must emphasize is that those who will know the rights and privileges of democracy, it's us better than anyone, because we are the ones that historically were oppressed. We're the ones that died, some of us, for this freedom, and eventually we got it in 1994. We are protecting our rights, this is including the freedom of speech. Now those who claim to do these things under that, they must know that these rights have got limitations and they've got responsibilities as well. So those who say that it was irresponsible for us to remove that banner, you cannot say that when those in authority tell you that it was hanged illegally. So it just stops there. Something that has been declared by the city of Cape Town that it was not approached, it was just hanged there, because now we don't know to what extent the case which has been opened by the NPA, through the NPA by the city of Cape Town, how that is going to play out, but we'll be monitoring that role. So people are wrong to say it's freedom of speech because it has limitations. So they must play within those confines. Then we are tolerable to that.
All right. Now, we have heard that there are inquiries being made by the ANC to find out exactly who was behind it,
yes,
as the person behind it has been anonymous so far. Can you please tell us how far you guys are in terms of finding out and making a formal inquiry on the poster?
What is disappointing is that when we have asked the question to those in the city of Cape Town to give us those details, we got another response which is much more political, that they have identified comrades within our ranks who've, like for example, Comrade Bongane Mkonki, who is our member in Parliament, who have written a Facebook statement that the building not only remove the banner, but the entire building should be destroyed. And then after we have reprimanded him, he has withdrawn that and apologized. So the focus of the day is on that now. It's not on this key thing which is confronting the country or us here in the city of Cape Town. So it therefore tells us that the reason why the law enforcement agency was not dispatched to go and remove that poster, it was a deliberate thing. So somehow here somebody in the city of Cape Town liked what was there, as much as we saw it as being offensive to us. So that is why we're saying we're approaching this thing both legally and politically as well, so that we can challenge the administration and also the political heads in the city.
So when will we be able to find feedback? I do understand that you may be meeting today to discuss your approach with this. So can you tell us what the strategy is for the ANC? I mean, the poster is down.
Yeah.
There's a lot of frustration regarding how it went down and also how it went up in the same light. So can you please just maybe talk us through what the steps are going to be to deal with this issue and address the country at large?
Today we are meeting at 6, our regional working committee. We are looking forward in crafting a program where we will be developing a concrete program that is going to be inclusive with our line structures and our progressive mass democratic organization in the city of Cape Town. And this program is going to be sent to the province, and hopefully the province will send to the National Executive Committee as well, so that our idea maybe can influence the program of national. But in the main, what we want to do, we want to educate everybody in the city of Cape Town. We want to educate those that they feel that this democracy is not the democracy that they had imagined. So we want to find out those views, that what democracy are they talking about? Because we feel that this is a democracy that after 22 years is still young, we're learning. But we are welcoming views that can be progressive or contribution in making this democracy to be workable. Because ours is very clear. We want a non-racial society, a non-sexist, which is prosperous for all South Africans. So this is a program that will be crafted later on today, and then we will share the details of it, and we'll invite members of the media, and so that we can give a way forward.
All right. Now, so if you can just maybe explain to us, there was a voice clip from the man who owns the space where the banner was, and the intention apparently was supposed to be something of a social message. Now, what kind of response would you have? There has been a lot of people coming up slowly saying that Zuma must fall, and it has picked up a momentum. As a party, how do you respond to that kind of backlash to your own leader?
Those who are saying that Zuma must fall, we have emphasized this, national level has emphasized, province has emphasized, that there are platforms, the institutions which has been established that people can go and exercise their rights. Parliament is one, legislature in the city of Cape Town, and there are many others. So we are seeing this as not just a small campaign. It's a concerted effort that is even backed by international organizations or even other countries in this regard. Because as we are moving as a country, you will know that even our relations now at an international level, we have established the BRICS. So there are other countries that do not like that. Because it therefore means that as a direction that we are taking as a country, we want to trade within that space. So therefore they are fighting so that we can maybe stay and that they can enjoy the privileges that they are now currently getting in South Africa, though those privileges are not necessarily benefiting us. So this is a bigger campaign that other people can see it at face value. So that is where we want to move as a country. So we're calling on everybody to say, let's respect and work within the institutions that we have. Those who decide to work outside, we will deal with them in the manner that is legal, and also that does not promote anarchy or anything that is unlawful. But simply to emphasize that let's respect the platforms that we have, and let's go fight there for our ideas to be voted by the majority of South Africans.
All right. Thank you so much for joining us, Kai, and we hope to hear from you soon.
Thank you for inviting us.
Thank you.